The Celtics Talk podcast is presented by 24autogroup.com, 11 locations across New England.
What's up, everybody? Postgame pod coming to you after the Celtics win their third in a row on the road to start this road trip. 113-95 over the Sacramento Kings. But the big story as we record at 1:30 in the morning is Jayson Tatum forced to leave this game. Rolled his ankle, landing awkwardly on Domontas Sabonis' foot. Slid under, making a three-pointer. Tatum was great in this game up until that point. 25 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Had generated 21 assist points off of 5 threes and 2 layups that he created. And a scary moment because Tatum went down and looked about as much in pain as we've seen him in this scenario. So refs go to the monitor, assess a flagrant 1. Tatum comes back out, makes the free throw, and then departs the game. Celtics listed him as doubtful to return, which normally we'd say is encouraging because it's not just fully ruled out, and yet I don't know how much you read into that. The more encouraging news was reporters who were in Sacramento. My buddy Adam Himmelsbach says, Tatum was laughing and joking with teammates after the game, had both of his sneakers on, which never have you been more excited to see someone put on 2 pairs of or pair of Nikes and walk out of the building. So a little bit of a hold your breath moment for the Celtics based on the pain that Tatum seemed to be in. But he's been super durable, and for me, I guess what I'm left kind of walking away with is such an appreciation for how available he's been, and we just take it for granted. And like so much with Tatum, we take for granted. Just his impact on the game, how much better he makes the team when he's on the court, the on-off numbers, which have been just generally so much better when Tatum is on the floor, regardless of the lineup. But how ironic on a night the Celtics have their starting 5 together for the first time since February 23rd, and they can't even close out the game with that lineup because Tatum has to depart. It'll be something we'll monitor moving forward. Joe Mazzulla said after the game, didn't sound overly concerned about it. Again, all indications, reading into the few clues that we have, suggest that this isn't something to be overly concerned about. But you got to wait. You got to see how it reacts the next day. See if they do any imaging and such. So a little bit of a wait and see. The better news is that even when Tatum checks out of this game, Celtics maintain a high level of play. Baylor Scheierman continues to be a revelation. In big minutes, plays 28 minutes in this game. Finishes with 9 points on 3 of 6 shooting, with 7 rebounds, an assist, which was one of the it'll be the one on the Celtics assist highlight reel at the end of the season. He stole a pass off an inbounds, and then went left hand behind the back to Peyton Pritchard for a layup, and then shouted out Jason Williams, Sacramento Kings legend, after the game. Baylor Scheierman is deserving of all the hype he's getting right now. It's funny that the mailbag reader had sent a question earlier this year and said, should the Celtics be playing Baylor Scheierman more? And, at that point, that's when the Celtics were kind of up and down, and it felt like he didn't have real opportunity to roll the dice with a younger player and give him the freedom to sort of learn his way. Celtics have sort of been, I wouldn't say forced, but have had a better opportunity lately, not only with improved play, but needing to go a little deeper on the bench with the amount of guys that have missed time. And Baylor, more than anybody on this roster, has embraced the moment. I think back to the start of the year when the Celtics were kind of hunting for someone to try and steal those minutes, those O'Shea Brissett minutes from last year that were sort of available, especially while Kristaps Porzingis was out to start the season. And Jordan Walsh made the strongest play for that, and then just couldn't seem to get consistent time. Celtics have clearly, again, during those little January, February up and downs, leaned heavier into the starting, the core group of players. But now as they've needed to go deeper, it's Baylor who has really embraced the opportunity. And from knocking down all those shots against the Nets last week to a night like this where he's just consistent and confident and making plays, you can see the vision. I think by after April 13th or 14th, whatever that day is, the last day of the regular season, it's going to be tough for anyone who's not in the top 9 here to get on the court. Baylor's got to stay ready, and he's got to be available. I mean, Sam Hauser's battled the back issues all season long. I do think even tonight it's probably a chance to just trade cautiously. Sam hit 8 threes in Portland, and playing the second night of a back-to-back, there's no need to force anything there. But it's encouraging that Baylor has embraced it, his chance here as well as he had. It really sets you up well for him to be a potential role player next season. We'll see how things look different next year and how that all shakes out. But credit Baylor fireman, because he's been red hot beyond the arc. That mustache gang is looking sweet out there, and really encouraging that the Celtics, after using that first round pick, the first of the Brad Stevens era, are being rewarded with a player that sure looks like he can help you moving forward and has a defined skill set. And again, it goes beyond the 3-point shots. It's always good when that's going to be his ticket to playing, but the feel for the game, the vision, the rebounding, it's all going to set him up to be a contributor on this team. And I go back to that little behind the back left-hand flip, man. That shows you've got some skill and the ability to play. That's going on the season highlight reel. So will, ironically, a Jayson Tatum 1-foot 3-pointer in the first half. He kind of was, I can't even explain why he did it. We've seen him practice it before. Practice the shots you take in a game. But instead of just like setting his feet and taking a three, he kind of just launched a little runner and got it to go. Peyton Pritchard, who was actually very, very good in this game again, he goes for 22 points. He's a team best plus 18 and plus minus. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 13 beyond the 3-point arc. And Peyton was really good. He had a buzzer beater. And, it's been a little bit for all the hoopla last year about his postseason buzzer beaters that injected a little momentum into this team. It had been a little bit since he got one to go. And end of the first quarter, I believe it was, got one in front of the bench, and you could see he was feeling it. And that's a good sign. That PP seems to be clicking on all cylinders as he strengthens his grip on that sixth man of the year award. Luke, another great night, 13, 8, and 3. He had 2 stocks. I think he was a plus 16 overall. 6 of 7 from the floor, super efficient, just doing all the Luke stuff. Celtics are now 29-7 on the road. An 806 winning percentage would be the best in franchise history. These things shouldn't go unnoticed. The Celtics, for some of those roller coaster ways this year, and especially at home, have a chance to be the best road team in team history. This is the last game they will play at a rest disadvantage the rest of the way. So that means they're at least going to be on even footing in terms of ability to compete. And again, it might come down to who's available, and but availability hasn't been an issue for this team. So even as we'll look ahead to Phoenix in a minute, but you start looking at the rest of this road trip with Phoenix and San Antonio. San Antonio obviously not looking to win many games, and then Memphis, which will be one of the hotter games on this trip. There's an opportunity here for the Celtics, and eager to see if they can best that mark. 32-8. The 72-73 Celtics played only 40 games on the road that year, 800 winning percentage. So Celtics, they could technically trip up one more time and still finish because of the 41 games. If they went 33-8, they would have the best record in team history. If nothing else, it sure feels like they're trending towards a top 2 or 3 spot here. Yeah, after that 72-73 squad, 74-75 at .780 winning percentage, 07-08 it's .756. Celtics take care of business here. A couple more games, could be looking at the best road record, and as you know, the road dogs, woof woof, have been out in full force. An updated look at our 3-point leaderboard. Tatum had 5 before he left. He's up at 236. We thought in this little race between 3 guys to become the single season leader, he was going to face the biggest uphill fight to win it because of potential lack of playing time. Now even more so with the ankle. Derek White remains out front by 1 now after 3 threes tonight, 237. Peyton Pritchard with his 5 triples now at 236, so he's tied with Tatum. He still remains my my leader in the clubhouse. One other interesting thing from this game is that new owner Bill Chisholm was in attendance and actually had a great interview with Abby, with his wife, and you can feel yet again you can feel the palpable excitement about being the new owner of this team. There's a clip up on our NBC Sports Boston social channels of him greeting Derek White after the game and Nemish Keita, and you can just tell just how much joy there is for what he's about to embark upon as owner of the Celtics, but just genuine affinity for the players that he'll be presiding over. So really cool that the Celtics got a win there with him in attendance. He's coming to Boston April 2nd and April 4th. Hopefully the Celtics can keep it rolling, but they got more work to do on the road before that. We're going to look ahead to Phoenix in a little bit, but first, here's more from our postgame show.
Are you ready to enter the realm of affordable luxury? Drew Carter here at 24 Infinity of Plymouth, your go-to destination for affordable luxury.
Right now, lease a new Infiniti QX60 Lux for just $569 a month. Or lease a new QX80 Sensory for $1099 a month.
Ready to trade and upgrade? You'll get top dollar for your trade. Visit 24 Infinity of Plymouth at 151 Samoset Street and online at 24infinityofplymouth.com.
The story coming out of this one is Tatum leaving the game with about 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Made the three against Domontas Sabonis. He was called for the flagrant one, sliding under Tatum's left ankle. So he leaves the game with a left ankle injury. Did come back. He shot the free throws, but then went back to the locker room. We did not see him after that. Scal, your thoughts on the play?
I mean, that's been happening a lot to Jayson Tatum. I mean, he shoots off the dribble. He goes to the step back. You got to get back into his airspace. And this could be a dangerous play. So what I hope happens is the NBA takes a look at this. Well, number one, I hope Tatum's all right. You know, like if you take a look at it, left ankle. Oh, you can't really see it right there, but it goes pretty far over. And number one, I hope he's all right. You know, because you don't really see Tatum do that. But Tatum walks this play off, and they don't ever give him the flagrant. This time he went down, and they finally gave him the flagrant. The NBA's got to look at this, not anything in the future, like not Sabonis getting fined or anything, but I'm saying people slide under Tatum. That should be an automatic flagrant foul because you got to stop people from sliding under Tatum. That could be the difference between us winning a championship and not winning a championship. Those are considered reckless closeouts. So the NBA better take note because Jayson Tatum, when he goes up to shoot, he's a star player, and no one wants to see the star players sitting on the bench in street clothes during the playoffs.
And you're talking about one of the most durable players in the NBA as well. So it takes a lot for him to even get it. The last time that we saw him get hurt would have been Game 7 against Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. That was his left ankle as well early in that game.
Yeah.
But he's just as durable as he is. You never see this.
Yeah, so for the league, you guys know the dude lifts weights like every single day. He puts the time into his body and he works. And the whole point of that is to stay healthy and be out there and to play. And Jayson Tatum's on a back-to-back. So you got to protect the guy that does everything he's supposed to do to stay out on the court. And to be honest with you, and I'm talking about you guys in the NBA, you guys have not done that. People slide under his feet all the time, and you make that rule up. You don't want players missing. I get it. You don't want to take the time to go to the monitor. Just call the foul. Call the flagrant foul. That's a flagrant foul. And then that will stop players from doing it. And, you know, like it's getting down to stretch. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. We especially don't want to see star players get hurt.
He seems to be doing okay. He's just icing it right now. I didn't see the play, but they made the right calls of flagrant foul, and fortunate that he was able to shoot the free throw and, just taking care of it right now. So, yeah, he just landed on the defender's ankle. Yeah, or foot. I literally just asked him how he's doing. He said, okay, I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet, but I know he'll do anything and everything to make sure he just gets better. Yeah.
All right, so there's Joe Mazzulla, and of course he was asked right away and said that Tatum was icing the ankle and that he hasn't had a chance to talk to him, but obviously the way that his work ethic and everything else, Joe Mazzulla doesn't seem overly concerned about that being a long-term issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned until they tell me to be concerned. When you sprain your ankle, like to the side, I feel like, all right, you can recover from that. When you roll it over like that, or you could see the front of the ankle go down, those are the ones that be really scary of. So durable Tatum, no injury history. I know you mentioned the Game 7 a couple years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
That feels like he's past all that. So I would only be concerned if they mentioned that, all right, we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be 4 to 6 weeks. But watching that, I feel like he'll be ready to go.
I think I can make you feel better with this from Adam Himmelsbach.
All right, let's see.
Kind of paints a picture here with this tweet. Jayson Tatum isn't being made available for interviews. He's at his locker eating and joking with teammates and wearing sneakers on both feet.
No boot.
So
no boot, jokes.
That right there,
yeah.
Right? That seems like a good sign. Adam Himmelsbach at the Boston Globe, painting that picture.
Yeah. Not made available. It's interesting. I was wondering if he would come out and say the NBA's got to do something to protect me. Maybe he'd just go radio silent. I'm telling you, the NBA's got to do something to protect Tatum. This is a good reminder that the playoffs are right around the corner. And those playoffs, you can end up losing a series with guys doing that. You have to protect your star players.
Two very special guests. This is Bill and Kimberly Chisholm, who have agreed to acquire the Celtics. Congratulations. Bill, I know you grew up in Massachusetts, are a huge fan, but Kimberly, what were your first thoughts when Bill told you he was going to try to buy the Celtics?
Honestly, I think he said, this is something I'm interested in, and part of me was like, can you actually do that? Like, it seems so incredible and like such a privilege and such an amazing thing that I was a little bit like, how does one even begin that? So it's been amazing.
And got the winning bid. It was announced on Thursday. What have these last few days been like for you?
I mean, honestly, it's emotional for me. I mean, this is as a kid growing up in New England dreaming about, I didn't even know to dream about this. And then to have it happen, it was really emotional, and share it with my family, and shout out to our kids, Will, Aiden, and Quentin. But just really special and emotional, and I understand what this is about and what it means to the people of Boston, because I'm one of them, and I'm gonna do it right.
Even just being in this arena drives that home. Celtics Nation travels better than anyone. What have you guys been hearing from the fans, Kimberly?
I mean, honestly, Bill got, sort of like a little bit mobbed in one corner, and they were wanting to give us a tour of the arena, and they kept having to stop because there were so many people in green, like Bill, and Billy banners, and I mean, it was really an amazing embrace, even here in Sacramento.
It does roll off the tongue, Billy banners. You guys are based in California, so this is your first chance to be around the team and get to see them. I know you got a chance to speak with a lot of the staff, a lot of the players before the game. Did you have a message for them?
The message was, keep doing what you're doing, and if there's any way that I and we can play any role, be a little helpful, we'd love to do that. And I'm just so proud of what they've accomplished, and we just hope to build on it with them.
Kimberly, what were your first impressions of Joe Mazzulla?
Oh, I mean, it's actually weird because I said at some point, like, Bill, you need to tell Joe that I'm obsessed with him. And he goes, that would actually be a little weird. But I am, because he's doing such an incredible job, and he has such an intensity, but he has a way, honestly, he's very funny, and he has a way of interfacing that I'm always waiting for what's going to come next. But he's just an incredible visionary, really. And we love Brad Stevens as a coach, so it was really, I was a little like, whoa, like we love our Brad. So it was big shoes to fill, but I was very, very happy to get to know him better.
Glad you got to see that other side of Joe. I don't think we get to see that too often. So is the plan still to be in Boston for when they get back on January 2nd, or excuse me, April 2nd, yes. And then to kind of start making more of a base there? Yeah,
that's the plan, and we'll be there on the 2nd, we'll be there on the 4th, and we'll be there a lot. I mean, it's a great homecoming for me, and I've just had to pinch myself thinking about that. So a lot of friends from the Boston area that I maybe hadn't spoken to in a while have reached out, and it's a really, really special thing. So I'm looking forward to really, really digging in with the community as well. So
as are all of us. Thank you so much for taking the time. Welcome.
Thank you, Abby, so much.
Abby, also, honestly, like we have Abby Chan. it's a pleasure. I mean, it really, it's amazing.
Pleasure is all mine, and I'm so excited for the future. Thank you, guys.
All right, up next, Celtics are. I was going to say the Celtics are continuing their road trip, but for at least one person, it's going home because Eddie House, who is calling the 3 of these games in this stretch, is heading back to his home of Phoenix, where he will get to call the Celtics versus the Suns on Wednesday night. Suns have won 4 in a row. They are I think in the 10th position in the Western Conference. The Suns have crawled within a half game of this Kings team that the Celtics defeated. Weird year for the Phoenix Suns, probably an understatement. It's undeniable how much talent they have with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal when he's healthy, and yet things have not gone the way the Suns and their new owner probably expected this year. But the Suns making a little progress here, at least for this stretch. Beat the Bucks tonight. And so we'll say, again, a nice little challenge for the Celtics. A little bit disappointing. We'll see what if Tatum's available to go, but we know how much he loves going up against Kevin Durant. Their shared history on Team USA, but just the Nets playoff series from a couple years ago. Like Tatum clearly respects Durant. Durant clearly respects Jayson Tatum. Keep in mind the two teams I think play again later the week after in Boston, one of those games that Bill Chisholm will be present for. And so there's no need for Tatum to force it, even if he isn't able to get out there for that game. But I go back to it, a little eyes on the Celtics road record, a chance again for everybody else to elevate their play if Tatum is unable to go. Chance for Jaylen Brown, after shaking some rust tonight, coming back from that knee injury, to take a little bit of a leading role. And we'll see. Availability has never been an issue for these Celtics. What is an issue is that it's like 1:40 in the morning. And if you're downloading this pod on Tuesday morning, you're appreciated. I need everybody to go subscribe. We're going to be back with an off-day edition of the Celtics Talk podcast. I think I told you this last time. But we're going to compile some of our recent clips and recent interviews. If you didn't see it yet, you'll get to see the 1-2-3 Baja explanation and much, much more as we try to load you up with content before the playoffs arrive. 25 days to go, I believe, is the number. Celtics will start the postseason on April 18th or 19th. Jayson Tatum has plenty of time to get feeling good. There will be a break before, through that play-in tournament. But we'll be here with you for the 10 games to go in the regular season. So go subscribe. Check us out on the YouTube page. We'll be back tomorrow with another off-day edition of the Celtics Talk podcast.